Hi everyone, Pallavi here again. And it's been a long since I shot myself and expressed what's going in my life nowadays. So I just thought of letting everybody know how this pandemic, COVID, Corona phase has brought changes in my life. I'm sure each one of us, like all my contemporaries who are on this planet living, no matter what age group or age bracket you belong to, you are going to school or office or staying at home, you all have seen some changes in your life after the pandemic has struck all of us, right? For me, it was a relief, to be honest. It's a blessing in disguise because honestly, my life was a rush before the pandemic. I used to get up, send my daughter to her play school, uh, get ready in a jiffy, and take a cab and go to office in Noida. That's where my office, is EXL, and then just work and come back, and I used to be so drained. I just had a weekend, and weekend was full of domestic, family and parental responsibilities. It was very, very tiring for me. I think I was eventually losing on my health. My stress levels were quite high, but I was just bearing. uh, thank God this COVID thing came. I mean, just from the blessing in disguise perspective, not otherwise. And I got to stay at home, and I heard stories wherein people had pay cuts and their jobs were at stake, but my organization, I think, is great. Though the paycheck is not very great, but then yeah, no deductions, and then the job was safe. I was moved from training department to eventually operations, which is more work, more firefighting, and less of relaxation, and the intellectual things that I used to get in training. But it's okay, I have a job and I enjoy operations also, in spite of all the challenges. I'm not a person who's scared of challenges. I win them eventually, that's what I think. But then I could relax, I could read, I could get the much needed me time. I think the travel time was a killer, and I used to, it was a time saver thing to be at home. It made me more productive. Though initial phase I felt lazy and I used to drag, but then eventually I coped up. My coping skills eventually came to the surface, and then I did manage all the housework without a maid once my work volume was low. And it was 5 months. I used to do all that jhadu pocha, mopping and sweeping and dusting and washing the utensils and taking care of my daughter, who will be 4 years in September 2021. So initially I enjoyed like a staycation or vacation thing, but then I used to feel very tired because I'm not used to doing all these household chores. I've never done this before marriage, to be honest. I am a single child, and I used to get everything in a pampered way on my bed by my mother. So but fine, I learned so many recipes. I made samosas, and I tried to make sure we don't miss the street food, and we have healthier versions with the taste and good cooking oil and all that stuff. So it was actually fun and picnic, and I think it really helped all the family members bond at a very, very different level, because you are staying all the time together, and probably mentally you're prepared. If you fight, you have nowhere else to go. So the relationships improved, I guess, between my husband and me. And I got to spend the much needed time with my daughter. And I think in the initial years, the mother is the best teacher, so I spend the time making her learn the subjects, pre-nursery subjects. Now she's in kindergarten though, UKG. So I eventually developed a routine wherein now I get up early because I am in operation, so I have a hectic schedule, to be honest. I am learning so many skills. I mean, I was an acting enthusiast. I enrolled in all the free YouTube, and there are so many apps which you can download, and a lot of free content that you can surf. So I learned a lot of things, and I read. In fact, while I was working, if I couldn't read, I made sure that I'm listening to a lot of audiobooks, and I somehow feel that I personally feel enriched. On the personal development level, I feel much more enriched. I read the 7 habits of highly successful people, and then how to read people, the book on body language. And then I read Men Are from Mars and Women from Venus. It's a great book. So there were so many things I did which I couldn't do for long. I mean, that includes spending all the quality time with the family and self, and indulging in hobbies, just because you were not spending those 2 or 4 hours commuting to your work, and you're staying at home and you're saving a lot of money. You're not spending on makeup or clothes. And I think I was even able to manage the budget, the domestic budget, in a better way. And it's great. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. I hope this corona phase goes, but there are a lot of learnings that we all are taking, and we are thriving, we are surviving, we are coping, and we all have great coping skills. And I also learned how to handle my stress and anxiety. And I want to share with you, anybody who is hearing me out there and they are feeling stressed or going through anxiety, and we all do, let's accept it. There are different phases and stages of our life, and we go through different emotional states. Remember what I'm saying right now. There are 2 things, okay? Or rather, there are 2 circles, okay? One, you cannot control. We couldn't control the pandemic. We can't control what other people's behavior would be towards us. We cannot control economy. We cannot control the weather. There's so many things we cannot control. So let's not stress or fuss about things that we cannot control. And let's enjoy and let's be grateful about things that we can control. For example, it might be raining outside. I can still carry an umbrella and enjoy the rain with some vada pav or chai or whatever your favorite snack is. If the other person's behavior towards me is not good, for example, that's fine. I can still be happy. The other person doesn't have the power to take my happiness away, no matter what. Or the other circumstance, does not have the power. And we all have coping skills. The human history has proved that human beings, our ancestors, have coped up in the most dangerous or unfavorable circumstances, and they have won. Be it wars or nuclear disasters or bad things, we have won. We have coping skills, so let's use that. And it's very important to be smile, happy, pray, meditate, go into the inner strength self, and just be cool, calm, relaxed, take care of your body, mind, spirit. And if you can't do anything, you can't do anything. I mean, if you don't have money, you don't have money, right? If you don't have love, you don't have love. If you don't have happiness, you don't have happiness. In the way, you can't stress about it. Oh, I don't have. Because eventually you might have it. So why stress? Right? So be chill, and no matter what, things, difficult circumstances, all will pass away eventually. You can cope, you can learn, you can probably, face things, but with an attitude of learning and, being probably grateful of going through that experience, because you will ultimately know a lot of things that you didn't before. And just chill. Take positive stress, but not negative. As they say, if you have lemons, make lemonade. If you have oranges, make orange juice. And if you have difficulties, you can still emerge out of it, because I think a lot of people in their life, they are what they are just because of difficulties. So the more the arrow goes back, if you use an arrow, you pull it back. So if life is pulling you back, that means you are eventually going to go very, 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 very forward. So with that thought in mind, I would request all of you to stay chill, take care of your health, smile, drink water, take care of your body, have a nice bath, relax, and just don't give any shit to anything which bothers you, no matter what. No matter what. Be connected with God, stay happy, things will come and go, stay happy. Okay, bye.